It's actually a very straightforward setup. It doesn't involve much. They send you a screen here. They send you a mount. This is a magnetic mount. You just paste this in your dash, or you can use your own phone mount. This is the screen. As I said, it has magnet, and this is it. There's the screen there. It has got some audio in the back, and which will alert you if there is an obstacle, and it has got a input for the screen. So that's the screen there, and here's the mount again. As I say, you don't have to use this. Then you have got a control box here. So this control box has an input for the power, as well as this is the camera input using USB-C, and that's it. There's not much to this control box either. Then there's this power. It comes from the DC power adapter, and it has this plug that plugs into the control center, and then this goes and plugs into the display that we showed you earlier. So that's the power component of this. I'll of course show you how to do this here in just a second. And finally, there's the camera itself with the very long USB-C, and so this is the USB-C input that goes on the control center, and this is the camera itself. They put this weatherproofing outside, but this is a weatherproof protected camera, and as you can see, that's the camera. So it's a square-shaped camera, USB-C coming out. It has got some mounting here, so we're going to be mounting on the top. It's not even on the license plate, it's in the top. I'll show you where to mount this, and we just route this cable inside. This works for any car. Like, it doesn't have to be a Tesla. It works for any car if you want to use this screen for your display. Okay, look, so I have everything hooked up here to show you how simple this is. Of course, I don't have the power yet because we have to go inside the car to get that. But first of all, you've got the camera. So that's the camera. It's a USB-C, as I say. It is thin, so it is easier to pass through underneath this HVAC panel, and kind of makes its way inside. You can also leave it from outside. If you have another car, you just figure out a way to pass this through the firewall. No problem, we have done that in the past. That connects to this controls box here. It's USB-C. They also send you some protecting, the cable protection here. I'll show you how to install that so this does not bend or anything. Then you have got the power. So this is the power. You plug it into the 12 volt. It goes through and then plugs it into this controller unit that has power that is going to the controller. So this is the controller's power. Then it has got an output that is going to the screen. That's it. Camera input coming in, power coming in, output coming in to the screen. So the camera itself is supposed to be installed somewhere here without affecting the wiper moment. It barely has any mounting bracket, so it shouldn't affect anything. But just in case, you want to be careful, it needs to be installed somewhere there. Now, how this works is they send you a screwdriver for this matching screw, and you just unscrew this portion, loosen it just enough so that you can bring that top bracket down. So you keep doing that until all of them are down. Now this piece is a rubber piece, and it is going to go in between that area over there in the bumper, and then you are going to secure it from the bottom so that it's tight. Now, since we have already loosened this plate here and made the room, it is so much easier to just slide this while this bumper is up. Then we're gonna go with our screwdriver from the bottom and secure this into its place. So now that has been secured, we go from the bottom and simply tighten all of this. That is surprisingly strong. Like, yeah, we need to tighten this so that this does not move, but this is not coming out. This is really, really strong in place. So I'm not worried it's just going to fly out in the highway, but that was surprisingly good. Now, the reason why this is a little bit loose is so you're able to adjust it when you have it. If you want it to be facing down or up, you have an ability to adjust it, and they send you this screwdriver, star shape, that just goes in and it tightens this screw here. By doing that, this is now formed and fixed in place. Now, for this cable coming out, you can just route this a little bit and use a zip tie to secure it into this front area, the latch. And then we're going to bring this and pass it through the firewall from that grommet right there. So we're going to be passing it just like how we pass the other cameras, the front bumper cameras. Now for the wire routing portion, I've already shown this many times how to pass this through the firewall. I'm just going to show you one of my past videos. It's getting a little bit dark there, so I'm just going to show you that video where we routed that front camera all the way to the front. For a Tesla Model 3 or Y, I'm linking a very detailed video in the description below where I show you how to route this cable. But basically, you want to remove the side footwell panel and then use a fishing wire to pass the cable from outside to inside. You may need to make a very small slit on that grommet to pass it, but I talk about those options in the video, very detailed video in the description below. Now, after you pass this cable, just to make this easy to pass, they didn't include all the protection for this USB-C cable. They do send this bracket, and that's where these brackets go, is you are just going to align this bracket on the top, and then there is either top or the bottom, and then there's this bracket that goes here. So we're going to secure this USB-C. Then we can use this tiny, tiny, tiny screw, and this screwdriver they sent to secure this piece from the bottom so that this has the cover is there. So that's how you're going to secure this piece. Now, once you secure this piece with these two screws, then you're going to plug it into the control unit, and then you're going to use these longer screws, to further secure this whole thing by putting those screws through these holes there. So then once you put that, this thing is going to be super secure and it's not going to move. After that, I just got the 12 volt from this cigarette lighter port here. All the controllers are still out. I'm still testing this unit. And as far as the wiring, I just plugged it in and now we are golden. We have got a visual of the front right here. Look, right now it has locked in that car at around 9 meters. And if we start driving towards it, it slowly updates how far that car is at, and it's going to start giving us red, and it tells us that it is an automobile, which is a car. So the AI recognized that it is a car. Now, recognizing a car, that is great, but Tesla could do that and we could probably see a car. The fun begins when it starts recognizing humans and deer. That's the whole purpose of this. So let's go there, and I am going to test it out by walking around, jumping, whatever, just for the test here. So let me go over there. And let's see if he locked me in. So I'm directly standing in front. My camera should see it. This little camera should see me and recognize that I am in front of it. And it's pretty dark outside here, so I should be able to be visible on the camera. I'm moving further back out. This is quite a bit back, and I'm not sure if it still recognizes me. I am going to go running towards it and see what it does. I'm going to go back, and I just want to know what the reaction looks like. I'm just been running around, looking like some silly person to my neighbors, but I just want to test it for you guys what that looks like. So what if it was me? I'm a little bit of a taller person, but what if it was a shorter, like a deer or a person? So then I'll be hunched down and looking at it on the camera. So hopefully this camera is tracking it and I'm just not just running around. But yeah, just wanted to show you what that looks like and how quickly this starts tracking and how it shows. So let me go check the footage. So we're gonna do another testing here. It's pitch black out, and I'm also going to actually turn off the headlight just so that you can see how much of a difference it makes. So it's completely pitch black, no headlight, no nothing. Let's see how it recognizes. This is a human, so it should be recognizing that there's a person coming through, getting really close. We are a bit far away now and walking out. This is really far. This is quite a bit, and should recognize that there's a person. I'm hopping, and it should know. Again, it does the temperature, and it recognizes it. So kind of walking towards the car, you should be able to see that there's a person coming in. And now there's a car on the way. So we'll see how this works. But basically, I'm gonna sit it down. You should be able to see that as well, just walking around. So we're just going to drive around and see what we find on the road. Now, based on how quickly it handles the cars, like this is a very quickly changing environment here, and there is the biker there, and it recognized it on the corner that there was a biker there. So how quickly it recognizes all of this, I have great confidence that if there was a deer or some kind of animal, it would recognize it right away and tell us, because as you see, like, it's really quick at recognizing everything, real time. It's a car that's turning, it shows the distance, so it does an excellent job with all of this. So all those cars, even the stop sign there, the work zone, caution, got all of that. It even detects the reflective material. And it sees all of those cars in the front. All of those cars, it is detecting it. Shows how far away they are. So look, it started detecting there is a Model 3 inside my garage there. It knows that it is about 7 meters. It is flashing me. It thinks it's a person, but it's a car. Now I'm gonna go and blast the high beam on that car to see how well the glaring does. So far it has done really well, but I wanna test that at nighttime. So I'm gonna be turning on the high beam. Let me get inside the Tesla. Now, here is the high beam. You're all seeing what the high beam looks like, but I just wanted to see how bad the glare would be. Which is awesome. It looks like the high beam does not affect this at all. It does not glare the camera. For comparison, a normal front camera would show the glare like that. Like it's super glary. You can't see what it is in there. So that's how good the thermal camera is. It blocks out the glare and just shows you what it is. This is what it looks like during the day, and there's a car approaching, and I just wanted to show you how quickly it picks up. And it shows that there's a moving car there. So if there's a pedestrian or something, it will pick up that quickly as well. So they do have a couple of settings. Because this is a touch screen, you just swipe on the corner here. The setting menu pops up. It is continuously recording. It is for the loop recording as well as for the time-lapse recording. So I'm going to stop this here so I can change the setting. One thing you can do is zoom in or out. So right here, I can zoom into that and I can slide it so I can see it a little bit better, like what this is. Or zoom out to get the big wide view there. The audio is on, so when it records, the audio is going to be there. You can lock this. And then if we were to go back here, let me stop recording. So this allows me to change the settings here. If I go to video playback, there's gonna be some videos here, and you can just select it and then it will show what video it is. It might have been the one that we just did, and you can play. The setting menu pops up and you saw that it has audio in it. I did have to put a micro SD card on top. So there's a port here for the micro SD card, and that's where this dashcam footages are popping up. And you can delete it, you can lock it, go back. And those are all the footages. So if we were to go back, so that is what you see with that video playback setting, just like any other dash cam footages. And then if you go to settings here, then you can adjust some of the setting, video playback, of course, backlight if you want to change the brightness and whatnot, lens formatting, 1080 to 720, loop recording. This is when an event to start, some kind of event to start, it will do 5 minutes loop recording, or you can turn that off. You can also do time lapse monitoring, like 24-hour unlimited time. This is the time lapse. I'm assuming that it will just continuously record. Again, I have no directions from this, so I don't know what this is. Recording on or off. Of course, recording is on. Gravity sensor, if it detects that the car got hit or something, it will record just like any other dash cam. I don't know what Sentinel mode is. It says screen mirroring. I can open mirror or off mirror, but I don't know how to activate a screen mirror. I just wanted to show you that this exists. The key sound, language, date and time, format, default setting, and the version. So that is all that you get on the settings. I wish I knew what some of this did. Didn't come with any directions. Maybe these are features that they're going to incorporate in future, and this is just maybe very early version, but I don't know what some of that means. Anyhow, I just wanted to show you that they exist. Now, if you don't want to use the display, you can also download an app called Cyber Thermal. This is only available for Android right now, and they send you a link with the APK where it's super easy to download. And two ways, you can connect it or through Wi-Fi. And if you go to Wi-Fi setting, connect it with the thermal camera. I just press here on Wi-Fi, and it says please connect to the Wi-Fi network. There is this Wi-Fi called CyberBox, so you connect that. It says obtaining IP address. Of course, it's not going to have internet, but it is going to just connect it to the Wi-Fi. So it says connected. Now we can actually go back to that app, and if we hit Wi-Fi, then we're going to get a view. So right here, we're getting the live view of that camera that we have mounted right there. So as we're moving it, it is going to start showing the camera's live view right here. So that's what we're getting as I'm moving my hand, moving this phone, is capturing that. So you can also just have a phone if you don't want to use that screen, especially if you have like the more advanced phones and just you want to get the app loaded instead of this screen and just put it on a phone mount. You have that option as well. This is only available for Android right now. They say they're working for an Apple version. It's not been approved by the App Store yet, but for Android, this works. And if we go to settings, you're able to adjust a few settings here. So first is the AI detection switch. You want to turn that on. You can also set the car, truck versus pedestrian, what settings that you want, and then confirm. This is just a distance setting of when it starts alerting you. Alarm switch, which is just how close, and then it will alarm you. And then just in general, there is help document, privacy. There's just a few ideas here. It gives you all of this information. Cyber Thermal user manual. Oh, that is the user manual I've been looking for. So it is there in the app as well. But as you can see, it is very limited to what it can do today. They say they are constantly adding more features to this. So hopefully we see more stuff coming out. But yeah, you get the live projection here, and it detects all that AI features. So one thing I haven't been able to figure it out is for it to sound an alarm. Right here it says alarm switch, but when I get close, if I look at the live view or even with the screen there, it doesn't beep, right? Like even if it detects that there is something on the way, it's not beeping right now, and it says it should be able to do that, which is intuitive. It should be able to do that, but I haven't been able to figure that out, because if I go here and it says help, and if I go to the help document, it is a feature. So if I scroll through, it says users should be able to sound alert, right? It says users should be able to enable alert, like a sound alert, when there is something there. So I think that feature is coming. It's just not active yet, which would be a big deal, right? Like I want it to beep when it detects something like that. I want it to beep right there instead of just flash.